After all his research, his hours and days spent searching and reading and mixing and failing, when the answer finally came, it was not expected. Mixes and concoctions labelled and filed for further investigation at a later date. Some he'd already rejected as useless or dangerous or just too combustible, whilst others he marked as shows promise. John Walker was at a point where he was giving his time to something that always seemed out of reach, and was wondering if all his efforts were truly worth anything. He was comfortable. He didn't crave fame or fortune, and he provided a good service to the town. Well, why then could he not just let this thing go? The circus had reminded him, as it did every year, that there was life outside of his study, beyond the confines of his emporium, and every year it lit a spark in him for adventure, change, a life beyond. The wind blowing in from the sea rattled the door and startled him from his thoughts. He swirled and ground his foot into the hearth to steady himself. There was a scratch, followed by a flash and a smell of sulphur. He looked down. It appeared as if his foot was on fire. Another gust, another rattle. He jumped up, stamped his burning foot in rhythm to its insistence. But it wasn't his foot that was burning. The door suddenly flung open. A harsh draft blew out the dying hearthlight, and on the tail of the wind he could hear the raucous beat of drums and cries of showfolk. John was lost between two worlds. Things had changed. Everything had changed, and yet everything remained the same. The streets outside were quiet. Well, just the normal rumblings and gentle clamour. A distant shout from the docks, a horse-drawn carriage on hard, dry cobbles, a hearty laugh. John Walker saw it all, and missed what he had never had. He mourned the passing of the unobtainable in pursuit of the elusive, and hoped that time would provide an answer, that within all his endeavours a glimmer of light would shine and show him the way. To where? He was still unsure.